Biliyor musun?
Another level. This is the team
Humble'ı, Crazy Raccoon'la falan oynatırlar seni. İlk maçlarda sen gelmedi.
Evet.
Zeta'yı falan ilk en başta verirler seni. Kaybetti.
Always hoped to see him reach this moment.
Abi biz kaybetmeyiz. Hepsini ezeriz. Yeter ki ben orada olayım. Hepsini ezerim. Chat de diyor. Herkes aynı spam yapmıştı. Herkes biliyor çünkü.
Built a fantastic roster around him.
Eğer bu Avrupa takımı şampiyon olmazsa
And you got to remember, going into yesterday's game,
ben artık biliyorum. Yani Japonlar 3 kere arka arkaya şampiyon oluyorlar.
A third of what he's established in his entire career.
Bir Türk şampiyon olacaksa o da benim.
So he's already absolutely just blowing his world record out of proportion. And with Boss coming
zaten oyunu ilk bitiren de biziz, en iyi oyuncu biziz.
Star from 2023.
Sadece işte
just been a joy to watch this.
Aslında kupa kaldı ama takım yok. O yüzden uğraşma zaten. Abonem de daha fazla para.
Someone who's his first World Finals appearance. He is looking so at home,
so composed.
Yeah.
For his age, it's a rare thing to see in esports. And Humble are going to need to rely on every bit of their composure they can muster up against seasoned champions in their opponents.
Haydi bakalım ya.
Throw it out there. A lot of people we heard from the local language casters, from the German booth, they felt Humble would be the way to go. Arc and Ready Set have Humble in their books, and Arc, this would be a perfect run of predictions for you if this comes true.
I mean, there's a lot of pressure on the stage, but I feel like this is the most pressure I've ever been under on the casting desk. I'm 100% accurate with my predictions so far. If I get this right, this will be a record. We've never had this happen. So I really, really hope that I've got this one right. My faith is going with Humble.
And he'll never let us hear the end of it. Let's go, Crazy Raccoon, please. All right, it's time to get this party started. Let's head down to the arena and bring our teams out.
Final başlıyor.
12 teams set
Hadi
out
bakayım.
for the BRALV STARS World.
Hadi bakalım. Bakalım kaç kişi olacağız yayından beri aslan. Final maçı başlıyoruz. 1 milyon dolar için yani 400 bin dolar için kişi başı 100 bin dolar.
Grand finalist.
Neyse 1 milyon diyelim.
Very own Tensai, Shitampo and Moya. They are Crazy Raccoon.
Let's go. Final takım. Stampolar geliyor. Kupayı 3 kere arka arkaya yok arka arkaya değil. Kupayı 3 kere alabilecekler mi? Bakacağız. Yoksa Humble ilk kez kupayı mı alacak?
Adamlar artık alıştı finale gitmeye biliyor musun? Artık rutin olmuş.
We've met the unstoppable force. Now let's meet the immovable object for the final time. Entering to the main stage, Semantic, Luki and Boss. They are Humble.
Şöyle bunlara da alkışlayalım hadi. Humble. Come on. Final. Humble versus Crazy Raccoon.
Pretty straightforward stuff for Crazy Raccoon here, folks. Their mission, get Moya a championship.
Crazy Raccoon alır diyorlar. Ben de öyle düşünüyorum.
Bak şimdi şöyle bir durum var. Humble'ın oyun zekası Crazy Raccoon'dan daha iyi ama Crazy Raccoon'un oyunculuğu Humble'dan daha iyi. Bence.
Evet,
Benim düşüncem bu.
Sonlarda oyun zekası olan Semantic varsa Crazy Raccoon'da da Tensai var. O son pick Draco'yu hatırlatayım.
Evet.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if Tensai is able to become a 3-time world champion?
Onlar da diyor 3 kere şampiyon olacak ya adam. Yani eğer kazanırsa.
I mean, this would be such a story to resonate throughout Brawl Esports. Dropped the trophy in previous years, but now trying their best to bring it back home. This could be their redemption arc happening as we speak.
Yeah, frankly, last year, Crazy Raccoon just didn't look prepared against Zeta Division in that grand final match. They'd lost to an Edgar pick in the very last set. They're a team who really thrived in an era before we had picks and bans at the start of a Brawl game, back when it was blind pick, but they had to adjust, and in order to do that, they brought in Coach Rely, a competitor in his own right in the past, to smooth that out and give them some great strategies to be going forward with. But Humble.
Chat'i biraz yavaşlarsan güzel olacak.
Aşkım boş ver ya. Şu ana kadar zaten hiç yanlış atmadık. Final maçında böyle olsun. Zaten spam atılacak. Herkes yazdı şu an final maçı olduğu için. Bir şey yap.
Aynen.
For Semantic, something that he spent his life chasing.
Legendary Sandro.
Well, finals, we got a legendary drop. Let's go.
Sandro başlıyor.
Oh!
Geldi.
Captain Crow
Çıkardı, vay be.
enters the arena.
Bana da işte gider karanlık Jesse'yi verir.
Ay keşke altını yazsa.
Oh, we got second.
Okay, hang on.
O da açıyor.
Hypercharge.
Don't use that one though, by the way.
No.
Don't use that one.
Don't touch
Bana
that
Jesse
one.
kostüm ver.
Şeydi. Kalk izlet oynuyor. Ne kullanamaz diyor.
Legendary one. We'll check back in with him in just a moment here. Again, I hope you've been voting at event.brawlstars.com because that legendary star drop could be yours as well as a hypercharge if you get to 2,000 points. That's when we've been putting our predictions in. That, of course, is the place to be for your Brawl Stars esports action, and it has been all year, and it will be into the future. Here's your predictions one last time. 3 of us getting behind Crazy Raccoon. 2 of us getting behind Humble, and the fans at home supporting Humble. No surprise, we're in a European time zone. We are definitely in a home. It's a home field advantage, I think, for our predominantly German squad here.
I think as well, you've got to consider the fact that many of those European teams that have fallen along the way will certainly be cheering behind Humble in this instance. And I think that is something which I didn't expect even coming into today. The Humble crowd is loud. It really, really is during the SK Gaming match. A lot of the time I thought it was
Faker bence ikinci olmak, üçüncü olmaktan daha kötü bir şey.
Already getting the round up. You love to see it.
He's worked for years.
Düşünsene birinci
to stay on the
olamadığındaki o
stage in a
şeyi.
game like this. In the past,
Herkes sana
exiting
ikinci gözüyle bakıyor.
World finals so early on, never making it to day 3, never having a chance for it to be all about him, and still he puts his 2 teammates ahead of him. He puts them forward. That's true leadership. To see that someone so young is impressive. Still a huge task ahead of them. Can they maintain this
Rookie 16 yaşında arkadaşlar.
step onto the stage? They get carried away with that atmosphere.
Orada 16 yaşındaki çocuk var.
This Humble team have to be
Semantic biraz daha büyük.
locked in.
Semantic,
Onu bilmiyorum onu yaş.
Semantic kaç? Semantic benimle aynı yaş değil mi Semantic? Oyun kaptanı. Semantic de benimle yaş, aynı yaş. O da kaptan.
Lucky bıdık ya.
He's taken a step back this year. He's taken a great leadership role and he's allowed himself to
Sakalları da var. Zaten belli oluyor yani.
Allowed players like Luki to really shine. Players like Boss that have always had a bit of a stumble in their step along the way. 2022 for Boss.
Luki Boss nasıl gitti lan oraya? Buraya nasıl geldi oradan? Hala şaşırdım.
Even the LCQ last year, these are players that are really rising up in just a beautiful way. They have now made the grand finals. And also, when you look
Her
at
şey çok güzeldi.
teams compared in the set
Aynı oyunu oynadım ya,
there's
şampiyon
only
olmadan önce.
4% in it. 2
o
sets
güzel bir
all
his
were
yani.
gained by Crazy Raccoon over the course of their monthly finals year. I mean, they are so closely matched. 3rd and 4th, respectively, throughout this competition in that regard.
Yeah, a couple of things to look for in this series as Crazy Raccoon are a team who really likes to prioritize max. We've seen it pick it up a ton of times. Why, by no means I think like a broken or overpowered brawler by any stretch of the imagination. It's familiar to them. It's comfortable to them. But some of those comfortable comps have been eclipsed by some...
Ha pardon, Rookie 18 yaşında arkadaşlar.
That's a very
Eyvallah.
close prediction. Humble just edging it out.
İlk harita elmas kapmacı.
First in this best of 5 grand final.
Hadi Crazy Raccoon elmas kapmacı da çok iyi.
On the polls.
Hatta bu haritada dünya şampiyon olmuşlardı.
Want no less.
İlk maç Crazy Raccoon'a gidebilir.
Double swish. The bands being in already. Quasi, Mo, and
Elmas
Kenji.
kapmacı değil,
Looks like
elmas
Crazy Raccoon
kapmaca.
with Tara, the Surge,
Evet, tamam.
and the Kenji also. Both sides do not want to see any of that slice.
Ben
Nice.
sanıyorum bu
Coin
noktada.
toss available for then Crazy Raccoon. And the first pick coming in. Likely to be something of the aggressive kind of nature. And before that bush burn. Really quite an underrated one that I think is a good starting brawler. And that Surge band as well. I'm a big fan of that as it's always a fantastic first brawler pickup.
Also that mythic gear that now...
Hadi Crazy Raccoon şampiyon olacak mı? Benim tahminim Crazy Raccoon'du. Yok SK'ydi önce, değil mi?
It's a big difference maker. It really makes it very
Ya
scary.
üst takımda SK dedin, SK maalesef elendi ama alt takımda Crazy Raccoon demiştim.
Otherwise would be
Bakalım.
a huge advantage.
Crazy Raccoon tahminim doğru olacak mı? Crazy Raccoon dünya şampiyonu 3 kere olacak mı? Ya da Humble Semantikler mi dünya şampiyonu olacak? 2024'ün. Şu an belli olacak. First pick geldi, Semantikler Otis'le başladı. Moya da Ember aldı karşı. Okey. Yendik Rookie'de ya da Boss'ta. Boss'ta herhalde.
Esports last year in the group stages to this very team. Semantic will definitely be having some recollections of that as this draft coming through. This is a man that understands the mind of Crazy Raccoon and the draft.
Jin geldi. Humble'dan Jin geldi.
Very safe pair of hands in that mid. And that's exactly what Crazy Raccoon are going to need to have themselves here. Jesse available, one of my kind of personal favourites, but certainly for Crazy Raccoon, not really leave that in the hands of Tambo. It's open here. That's a bit of a concern.
Looked amazing in hot zone. It's also very viable when it comes to heist.
Baksana takımda tek semantik konuşuyor. Diğerleri hiçbir şey demiyor. Gördün değil mi?
A strong side laner.
Diğerleri ne deniyorsa onu yapıyor.
And they're going to pair it up
Crazy Raccoon. Penny al. Penny G'ye karşı çok iyi. Penny G'ye karşı bu haritada çok iyi. Güzel oynarsan. Antiliyor hatta G'de.
To give you some map control and
Güzel
also
pick.
keep
Penny'yi beğendim.
carrier on the move.
Evet.
Stanford Penny oynar ya. Ya da Tensai.
Of that Penny pick, to be honest. I mean, Gus was available.
Son pick ne olacak bakalım?
To have on this map and the shield.
Bence Penny'yi Tensai oynasın.
Penny can work, absolutely so. And certainly with the Amber, that combination of burning down the bush and leaving
Pearl!
to be able to lock on more with the turret.
Pearl.
As Pearl comes in now for that lane.
O sıfır şeyidir.
The overcooked, of course. And just
Arkadaşlar Sandy gelir mi? Gelmez değil mi Sandy?
any opposition standing there.
Gelmez gelmez. Ne gelir sizce?
Humble, they're gonna have to take care.
Ne gelir chat yazın.
Kalmasından gelir.
Chester gelir mi? Chester.
In a gem carrier position because
Chester.
this Wade's boss or whoever's on the
Sarıcık
team
yok ya,
from actually
bilmiyorum
using
ki.
Magic Hand to
Ne gelir arkadaşlar?
in. If you do that, you're liable to be blown up by that.
Squeak?
It's very
Oha!
Ne
scary.
alaka?
And with a hypercharge, it leaves a burning.
Eray,
around-
Squeak ama bak şimdi.
Bildiği vardır ya, bildiği vardır.
İşler değişir.
Bildir vardır
İşler
ya.
değişir bak.
Bir bildiği vardır. Yoksa finale gelmezdi. Bir bildiği vardır arkadaşlar. Yoksa finale gelmezdi. Bu takım. Hep beraber bakacağız.
Proved to be
Crazy Raccoon vs Humble final maçı.
I didn't mind.
Artık bu kupayı kim alacak belli oluyor. Yayında 5000 kişiyiz. Kim bilir daha ne kadar kişi olacağız. Hadi ilk maçı başlatın.
Paul is gonna be so
En iyisi kazansın. İki takımı da başarılar.
as well.
Bol şans. Kazanan bu kemeri alıyor. Kupa değilmiş kemer.
That is the
Nedense bilmiyorum ama
thing that both of these
aynı şey.
teams are looking to claim and hoist at the
Bu
end
kemeri
of
alan
this matchup.
2024'de şampiyon oluyor.
In the game.
Hadi bakalım.
Alongside $400,000.
Bir de $100,000.
$1 million prize pool.
Bir başı $100.000.
Penny.
Vergiyle
Crazy
80
Raccoon
bin.
are no strangers to this kind of situation. They have been here so many times before, reaching grand finals in consecutive years. They're familiar with this, and they're also familiar with playing in what we might consider hostile territory. Not really had opportunities to take championships in home territory. It's often been Europe for them here, often with a crowd getting behind their opponents. The same for Zeta Division.
Sırmantık çok sevecek şampiyon olacak. Manyak gibi bağıracak. Biliyorum.
Evet.
Ama
Daha
Crazy Raccoon
hatırlıyor musun?
affedersin.
Daha
Maç-
ilk şey kazandığın anası varmış.
Dur maç başladı. Maç başladı.
It's been ironed out.
Let's go.
Zaten sayamatik tepkisi çok güzel olacak.
Sen sayılar alır mı 3. kez arka arkaya? Gülüyor zaten.
Not happened yet. Again, that modesty that's so crucial as a player in the pro circuit.
Çok kritik, çok heyecanlı. Son maç.
Crazy Raccoon, they've taken
Artık şampiyon kim olacak?
most of the journeys to get to this stage. But one thing I was saying to Semantic, very honestly, you know, and
Bu
very,
maç çok önemli.
yes, they've had 4 grand final appearances.
Her şey bu maça bağlı. Bir kez daha kazanmamız lazım Humble.
Finals win.
Aynısı Crazy Raccoon'a da geçerli. Son maçınız kaldı. Şampiyon olmak istiyorsanız bu maçı alacaksınız.
Teams have really locking themselves in.
So, we have some brawlers in this game that have hypercharges that aren't allowed to be used. They came into the game a little bit earlier than was expected and weren't considered legal for World Finals. Now, I'm not calling him out, but Semantic plays with his super and hypercharge buttons slightly overlapping. So he doesn't have to stretch far, he can activate them both very quickly. He has to move his hypercharge button across the screen away from his super button. Otherwise, he's liable to use it by accident, and that would be a game loss were that to occur.
Yanlışlıkla aksesuar hiper şarj basarsa
It makes a lot of sense
kaybediyor.
to do so. We've not seen anyone
Çünkü Otis'in hiper şarj kullanmak yasak.
yet. Can you imagine?
Yeni geldiği için.
Certainly, though, of course, many of the crowd cheering for Humble as they are also for Crazy Raccoon. Can't be far away now, and I cannot wait to see how this first set goes.
We walked into this year, especially over in the APAC region, seeing a ton of teams rise up, start to actually really put some pressure on Crazy Raccoon, a team in the past who took monthly final after monthly final in that APAC region in 2023.
Baksana ne kadar heyecanlanmışlar.
Dominant team. We saw Ryan
Oğlum final tabii heyecanlı olursunuz.
even submitted its
Baksana herkes chat'tekiler de heyecanlı.
final. They weren't able to make it far through LCQ, but the fact that they got there without even competing in that March monthly final at all says a lot about what they're able to do in that region. Coco Loco, another team that have been around for a while,
Başlatın maçı hadi.
through and win themselves a monthly final.
Oha.
Treacherous. It is
Yayında da rekor kırıyoruz. Bayağı bir kişiyiz şu an.
Crazy Raccoon.
6000
whether they
kişiyiz.
admit it or not,
Hadi bir 7000 yapar mıyız chat? 7000 10.000 arası. Şu final maça yakışır.
and they've had to work.
Chat bir 10.000 yapsak bir de yayın 6-7 bin like olsa var ya.
Aynen.
You know, I mean, for someone with that
Super olur.
level of experience, you don't get nervous in this position. Tambo is his fourth, for Moy is his third, and certainly for Moya chasing, in the shadows of his teammates to gain that first title. He's been looking to achieve it for a few years now. Semantic, especially as a player that comes to mind as someone who's been chasing that dream for many years also. I'm still mind blown.
Oo direkt 402 like attı. Adamsınız.
Adamsınız chat.
I mean, that is just something which
Hadi ya hadi.
level of groundedness. To
Oğlum
stay
çok heyecanlandım lan.
emotions.
Bak başladı final maç. Ve final maç başladı.
Make some crazy.
Başarılar Humble, başarılar Crazy Raccoon.
Gems will be sitting in the mid for a while until the control
Okay,
is
it's
there. Tambo's already got a nice foothold of this right hand side. Two
Bir şey demeyin.
placements from Boss for Smurf. Over to that
Screen
right hand
gitti mi?
side. Tensai low.
Yok hayır.
Birlikte oynuyor.
Spray damage.
Ha,
To catch it as well. Keeps them
Evet,
Sen aynı zamanda
Bu haritada daha iyi. Semantic öldü.
Okay, both side laners there, the Otis and the Ember respectively, using some area of effect to try and take control, but Tensai comes up. That's not the lane he's supposed to win here, but he's looking pretty scary. Tapped down. Well, but
Tensai
all
ölmedi.
the way, somehow goes 1 for 1 there. That is absurd.
It's unusual to see a Gene on the lane side as well as on this map. Normally the
Speak
Gene
aldı
takes the
kontrolü
mid
ya.
roll, but it's going to give Humble some options. Shatambo
Luki öldü.
will find then Luki
Yok.
on that right hand side and gets the pickup. Meanwhile, our gems are quite evenly split. 5 for Crazy Raccoon, 4 for Humble, and now 6 into the pockets. Shatambo moves into a more aggressive place on that right hand side.
Luki.
Luki ne yaptı?
Orijinal lan.
You don't get many in the game.
No,
O
it's gonna
neydi?
take Lucky a while to build up.
Abi
Another one
gitti
of
ki
the
oyun.
jet carrier is now.
Crazy Raccoon affetmiyor lan. Ben dedim acı bunlar manyak.
Ben de dedim.
Semantic loses out, getting against Tensai.
Ulti neydi lan?
Really showing
Hacı Luki hata yaptı ya. Final maçında var yapmasaydı.
And also providing a virtual fourth player here for Crazy Raccoon.
Yok bitti. Crazy Raccoon birinci maçı aldı.
Moving forwards and there was going to be obviously
Chat size bir şey diyeyim mi? Elması Crazy Raccoon alır. İki roundda da. Sonrakini
Dedim ya,
Humble alır belki.
Elmas şeyi Japonlar alır ya.
Japonlar elması da deli gibi oynuyor.
Bravo atıyor.
The match is over and it goes to a Crazy Raccoon. A slow and sluggish start here for Humble.
Kanka Luki'nin ultisini atmıştır kesin.
A critical error for Luki. He lets a magic hand go, aimed at nothing in particular. Doesn't have it available to try and put pressure on Crazy Raccoon's gem carrier. That is a slow start from Humble.
Bir tane daha Crazy Raccoon.
Let's see how they fare this time around. Going in, and Semantic taking that right hand side. Now going to try his.
Hadi bakalım chat.
Moving Luki into the mid with the Gene and placing Boss with that squeak to the left hand side. I like
Semantic tekrar gitti.
quite smart, and already you can see how Tensai's forced back. Shatambo lower as well as a result of being unable to shoot as many shots.
Elmas da işleri zor Humble'ın.
Luki, Boss is good now. That left hand side is cleared up.
Great pressure. We've had a complete lane assignment. Luki is now
Ama
the
Jin'i
gem
çok iyi
carrier.
Elmas'ta ya.
And Boss has been quite a
şeyler
nuisance here
yapmaları
for
lazım.
the Amber of Tensai to deal with. Meanwhile, Semantic, it's a tough battle up against the Pearl, but Otis, one of the few brawlers that can really do it. Especially when that super is available.
Oo, Tensai
Tensai
Jin'in
again,
şeyini
eating a lot of
kırdı.
this
Çaldı.
AoE damage. Super thrown out there by Boss. He does get some purchase, and again, the Amber drops.
Shatambo lurking as Semantic is healing. On that right hand side, good gadget as well. And Semantic surely here
Tempo yargı dağıtıyor. Oğlum Pearl'a bak lan. Obez.
Splashing magic.
Obez karakteri manyak oynuyor.
He can't even think about using it yet. He needs support. Boss going in on.
Adam
Shatambo
obez
on that
karakteri
left-hand
bile güzel
side, Gets
oynuyor.
Tensai eradicated. Shatambo low now. Grouping up with Moya. His magic hand needs to have the support of his teammates on the side of Humble. And if Moya He's going to be seeing it coming. He's going to place the salty barrel.
Onlar
Sure.
sen
Now, boy,
bakıyorsun.
oh, head! Salty barrel comes down.
Çok iyi değildi
Had
aslında.
to use that gadget, but
Çok
again,
güzel çekti de hiçbir işe yaramadı
he
ki.
needs at least a 2
Luki'nin
versus
çektiği
1
hiçbir şey
after he
yaramadı.
lands a hook to
Yok ama
guarantee
kontrolü
the gem
kazandılar.
steal.
Now, trying to earn it back.
O sırada
So
Penny'nin
much
ulti
oil on the
açılınca.
map on his left-hand side.
Ooo. Penny tarihçi varsa GG abi.
Lucas will be
Evet.
cautious there, just evading it. These
İşte o yüzden
magic
demiştim.
puffs healing will be quite crucial.
Hype'a bak lan.
Oha ulti
Nasıl yapacaksın lan? Boss.
Will be quite crucial.
Hype'a bak lan.
Oha ulti
Ooo. Penny tarihçi varsa GG abi.
Lucas will be
Evet.
cautious there, just evading it. These
İşte o yüzden
magic
demiştim.
puffs healing will be quite crucial.
Hype'a bak lan.
Oha ulti.
Boss. Squeak ne yaptı lan chat?
Crazy Raccoon.
Squeak ne yaptı?
Huge from Boss. The Semantic can sit
Kanka
there
best,
forward here
bak
and
diyeceğim tek şey best
for the rest of
squeak
Crazy
I
Raccoon.
ever seen.
Humble with the
Gördüm en iyi
Oğlum
squeak.
bildikleri yok. Vardır diyordunuz da harbi
Got
diyorsunuz
themselves
ha.
a game in his first set.
En iyi squeak. Gördüm en iyi squeak. O neydi lan?
Great stuff from
O
Humble.
neydi lan?
You gotta hand it to them.
1-1. Bu maçı alan elmas kapmaca.
Mentally.
Kapmaca. Aynen. Evet, bu maçı alan elmas kapmaca alıyor.
The question is, Crazy Raccoon know what's coming. So how are they going to fare this time
Adam
around?
harbiden
What
bildiği
is
varmış demek.
one
Bir-
from
Ama
the piece?
squeak çok iyi oynadı.
So they keep this lane assignment.
Squeak oynuyor ya.
Now he needs to retool
Cidden
his
oynuyor.
mindset to deal with this
Mahvetti hepsini.
very annoying squeak. And this boy gets swapped out to the right side. Salty barrel used already. Semantic starting to become a little bit of a bully on the right side, but Shitampo surges forth at just the right moment. But no gems have yet been picked up by Crazy Raccoon. Luki has four to his name.
Yo Ronaldo'cu çocuk. Biz
Great work on the
squeak'in
left-hand side, but now the picture's there between
Dalga
Boyd
geçmemiş
and
miyiz?
Jem's side.
Bu
So
olmuyor
immediately
ya.
there for Jem's.
Humble önde.
Although they're playing a much better job in that mid-roll. Semantic and Luke hunkering down, the mute available there for Semantic also. And if he places it at just the right time, even if Pearl is moving down so swiftly as Boss, tapping that left-hand side, can now move forwards. He's got super to hand as well.
Mute connects. Shitampo under pressure. Semantic can 1v1 anybody with that super connecting.
Tarihçi çekti.
Okay, Magic Hand gets the turret. They can now at least clear that
Böyle
out
çok
of the
aceleciler
way.
onu ya.
Boy, we'll have super available against Suru. Semantic, all ships in the night. They run into each other, and he hit the mute.
Humble aldı lan.
Ama tek biliyor ya.
Countdown for Humble and
Okay.
Crazy Raccoon are
taret
penniless.
çekti.
How did Semantic manage to land that as opposed to the barrel? Nonetheless, Humble have got the lead. Running
Oha.
the gems are dropped. It'll be a
Oh,
reset. They've
kesti
got to
onu.
play it slow and patient.
Ama
They get the gems back. The time is
Yok
ticking away
ya.
now. Crazy Raccoon are getting some momentum.
Tensei just gets brought down by some of that squeak damage. Another hand
Luki,
catches
sen-
the
sen de
turret
kulağını
that
at.
might actually be intentional.
Harbi
Believe it
olsa
or not.
bunlara girsin diye
Shitampo
ya.
moves up.
Şımardılar.
It's that super.
Kanka.
Luki goes down. 2 seconds left. And Humble
Semantic-
keeps Semantic.
Humble 1-0.
Get down, Mr.
Vallahi Humble 1-0 arkadaşlar.
comeback attılar lan. Saymadık gerçekten.
Ama Crazy Raccoon hep comeback atıyor bak.
The ice in their veins.
O
Ama
hain
Eray,
bir
en önemli comeback bu Eray.
Beautiful
Aynen.
elevations. And the comparison was a night and day difference. They looked so weak and weary in that first game, not in it at all. Just turned things around.
Okul değil ya.
In the first set, it's a huge advantage.
I mean, I
Yanlış
wonder
attı
if
galiba.
Coach Cannons had much to do with that. They had the Otis laning against Amber on the left side, did Humble, and Semantic was struggling.
Boss taşıdı ya. Luki çekemedi o zaman. Humble yani boss orada hiperi basmasaydı bak hipere bak.
All of a sudden, even Shitampo on Pearl couldn't deal with the Otis. And all of a sudden, Semantic took
Boss'a bak lan.
And this is great.
O ne oğlum?
Options on gem grab. You can make these adaptations.
That mute there was beautiful from Semantic. It would have put a lot of
Semantic
pressure
ama
on Thomas getting
ultileri
that
falan çok
last
sağlam.
gem off the mid, and he would have lost the lane as well. I mean, look, when you look at the stats across the board, really, Semantic had a fantastic game, 279 DPS there.
Semantic espor'da
Nine
hiç spike
takedowns
görmedik
for
ya.
Chicago. But I gotta give a commendable shout out to Boss.
Oğlum
İçinden geçerlesin.
It's a bit of a miss for CR.
It's
Ben
not my
sen kime
favourite.
oy
I've
verdin?
seen many teams kind of
Finalde.
try it out and see how
Bizim
things
gitti
fare,
ya.
but I've got to be
Final
honest,
şeyini seçemedik
it
bile.
hasn't looked
Çünkü
the
biz
best
TK'lerle
in
SK'lerle.
my opinion along the way. And again with that
Biz
geo
yorupla
pick,
kazanacağız.
I like
İkimiz
when I
de
see a
Hamburg'u
magic hand
Biz
used
Sıcak bölge.
It
Bu
really
maç 2-2 olsun. Böyle 2-2 olsun tamam mı? Ondan yok 3-3 pardon.
So we move in
Bu
now.
maç 3-3 olsun.
7 tane map hangisi Eray? Elmas kapmaca, savaş topu var, soygun
and the
var.
barriers, of course,
Ödül avı var,
we saw
nakat.
Best of 5 mi, best of 7 mi?
That was for Humble.
Yedi.
Crazy
Ödül mü
Raccoon
ya?
had to eradicate it. Combined with that Meg, SK Gaming had no opportunity.
Ha 5 alan kazanıyor mu?
This is the kind of map is also where Nix
Dört olan kazanıyor.
at times or other tanks make
Yok
damage
best of 7 mi?
on the table.
Evet.
You make that work.
Evet, best of 7.
Tamam.
Here in the past, despite
Humble'ın 3 maç daha alması lazım. Crazy Raccoon'un 4. 3-0 Humble. Sonra Crazy Raccoon 4-3. Oo.
Now we're gonna round
Tarihin
it today.
comeback'i.
I like it.
It's the best we've had in Brawl. I've always wanted to hear the crowd over my own voice. And today, and this whole weekend
Birisi
has
diyor ki
been
hayır
that
sitede
time.
Bo 5 yazıyor.
It's like a rowdy football match.
Be-
Surge
Harbi mi chat? 5 maç mı sadece? Yani 2 tane daha Humble alsa bitiyor mu?
The
Bir
range
kontrol
is great
etmem
to
lazım.
have, but
Kontrol
it's
etsenize ya.
fantastic tank counter. We've seen in Hot Zone just how influential
Sitede
tanks
nereden
can
bak-
realistically be. So if Crazy Raccoon were thinking they've now got to second guess themselves. The melody is still there though. We've seen that from Crazy Raccoon time and time again. Even Semantic himself
Baksanıza chat.
firsthand how difficult it has been to shut down Tampa when he has that brawler, Byron, coming in for Humble. Great amount of heals, and that's what you need to have. It's all about the objective, and more heals means more time spent on that zone.
We saw Moya on this pick
Bo 5 diyor
previously
herkes lan.
up against Reply Totem in a
Oğlum
competition
5 de olabilir. Sisinden bakmak lazım. Dur bakayım.
that we're trying to back up. This is the kind of map where you become a pseudo thrower when you have that super available. Of course, is Byron, so you can shelter behind those walls and flip the fights on their heads with that super. Also, going back to
Abi
Surge,
saniye.
he has the ability to jump over these barriers.
5 kanka 5 alan yeniyor.
To a fight and take you by surprise. Pop a power shield. I warned you all at the start of this game. Max,
Fener
Crazy
3-2.
Raccoon find
Evet.
themselves in their comfort zone. They snapped it up here at pick 2.
Bunlar vazgeçmeyecek mi?
Aggression, agility, and speed. Those are the 3 words that I would use to describe Crazy Raccoon. They've already gone in with such a wonder pick. One that has made Tensai famous across the world in Brawl Esports history.
Final maç hadi bakayım ya. İlkleri göstereyim ben size. Burada gördüğünüz gibi.
I mean, I'm really liking this. You've got the thrower for control. You've got the aggression of that Max to really lend a hand.
Max var.
Charge as well. And Gale.
Gale ve Larry Lowry.
Quite literally in this game. Humble better have a trick up their sleeve here because
Evet,
this
best of
is
5
not
sanırım.
any comp.
This is a short range comp for Crazy Raccoon though. That's one thing worth pointing out. Neither Max nor Larry and Laurie can really cover much of the map, and the problem for throwers here on Hot Zone is that they struggle to stand out on the point out in the open. The Frank pick combined with the Byron no
Frank.
less. That's a little dirty.
You know what though? Watching Semantic play
Frank Byron mı?
earlier today down the
ama
barrel
Gale
of that
var
Colette and just coming out on
Harbi,
top
ben de onu diyecektim.
time and time again. I have not
Gale
seen
var.
Frank play this good on a world final stage. If Semantic,
Gale
I'm
mahveder
assuming
ki
is
onları.
going to be on that Frank.
Ulan,
Semantic Frank oynayacakmış gene ama
Versus SK Gaming.
Gale var. Şey
In for
yok
Hot Zone
ya.
versus Crazy Raccoon. I feel like we are going to be in for a massive treat.
Set number 2.
Ya bu sefer Crazy Raccoon alamazsa bu arada bence elenme hak ediyorlar ya.
1-0 score
Combo
line.
bak.
Let's see how they navigate this. With the Frank up
Rukiye
against
bak.
the Gale, and Semantic already cops an absolute beat.
Ne aldı?
Vallahi fena değilim ben.
Low HP.
Byron
Lan
aldı.
ben yayını 2 dakika geriden izliyorum.
Got a space shift there from Tensai to evade certain peril. As now, Crazy Raccoon start to push forwards. A nice from the left-hand side from Tampo. Semantic low on 180 HP.
Bayağı
So come
sağlam.
back.
Move up on that left side. That's when Larry and Laurie gets really annoying on this map when his team has control. Boss. Gadget pop there. Doesn't actually have power shield in this particular
Tensai
game.
Max.
Just wants to try and bank shots off those walls if he
Bakalım.
can. He's pretty healthy.
Ya bu
And of
Surge
course
pick'i
the
bence
super up
saçma
has that
oldu
vulnerability
ya.
frame.
Adam
Look, he's done a
mutlaka
great job keeping him topped up. Semantic has super here. He can start to break open the map, deny Moya's
Ulti kasamıyor
safe
ama
positioning.
ortaya
And there
ortaya
it is.
giriyorlar
Break
işte.
it on
Yoksa oraya
open.
ortada
Semantic
durmaz.
now leaves.
Frank'in asıl amacı zaten adamları oyalamak. Frank'in asıl
Nice
amacı.
takedown there. Boss straight onto the zone. Is a team wipe.
Şimdi nasıl geri gelecekler? Gale'in ulti var.
Harbi.
It's gonna be a very tough
Oo.
thing to push
Golü var
into a
mesela,
Gale
şu an
super
ayakta
as
gene.
well.
Ha, belki
And Humble
yıkılır
know it.
sonra.
They're going to recollect
Şu an
themselves very
sıkıntı biraz,
quickly
evet.
and start to whittle down Crazy Raccoon gradually along the way.
You've got to avoid the spawn camp, Peter. He gets a throw out, and you're dealing with a Gale
Yok, hadi
super.
cool kick
Semantic suffers that. It's a hypercharge, in fact, so it comes in twice, and he cycles it a second time. That is terrifying. Boss still able to step up and
Wow.
fight. Great catch on Tensai. You
Mix.
almost had to, I tell you. Chitampa was low. He's had to be firing this whole time. And there comes a hypercharged super from Semantic. Gets in the one, but Crazy Raccoon already have a distinct lead now.
Boss pushing through with the help of Luki there with the huge heals out there, but it's not even
Tensei
now.
çok level verdi
Beautiful
şeye.
there from Shatampo, and now Humble are really stumbling out of control. 84% for Crazy Raccoon, and now another takedown. They're firming him with over really
Crazy Raccoon aldı ya.
Crazy Raccoon aldı.
1-1 olacak. Lali'yi aldı, teşekkür ederim.
Maçı Gale taşıdı ya. Net.
Crazy Raccoon kombu çok iyi, aynen.
Almaları lazım chat. Eğer kaybederlerse gerçekten dünya şampiyonluğunu hak etmiyor derim yani ben net.
to dig deep. A great comp, one that I feel could very much win this set. But Humble have shown us already today against this very team. They have got adaptations up their sleeve. Well, now they need to start to bring that in to hot zone.
Ama şu an gerçekten bir komp farkı var ya.
To a Gale composition.
Crazy Raccoon'un kompu daha iyi.
He's regretting that at all
Ya
right
şu
now.
boss level atlasa aslında bir şeyler yapabilirler de. Boss level atlayın.
Super up for Semantic.
Bak boss'a kim level verir sadece biliyor musun? Tensei verir. O vermezse başka kimse vermez.
Bence Gale vermiş. Aa yok bak doğru diyorsun harbiden.
Crazy Raccoon now pushing the speed coming through, but they are falling behind.
Çünkü önceki maçta sadece search kesti.
Bak Semantic haritayı açtı.
Haven't had a single look and pushed back deep into the
Frank ultisini adamları kesmek için atmadı, duvar kırmak için açtı. Çok mantıklı.
Evet. Çünkü artı var. Artinin duvarına kırdı orayı.
Aynen.
Sanırım alacaklar ya
Humble geri geldi, 1-1.
Yok abi hep aynısı oluyor. Bir kere kazanıyorlar. Crazy Raccoon. Sonra full kaybediyorlar.
8% is all that is there for Crazy Raccoon. They've got a really talented tiger behind. They just can't do it. Humble are on the zone. 100 to 8.
Gerçekten ezdiler bu arada. Yani yenmediler, ezdiler.
Moya just gadgeted it into a Frank hit. He needed the healing, I get it. But he dashes in the direction of Laurie and puts himself in the line of fire.
Bir saniye bununla şimdi Humble alırsa öbür maç son maç mı olacak?
That's the question. It was a tough first game. I was surprised they were even to make that one look so convincing. They've got that early control. I think that's what it comes down to here. Semantic already tanking like 4 shots there from that Larry and Laurie. It's going to need more than just a couple of hills there from Luki. Boss in the zone now. Probably gadget.
Hayır son maç olmayacak. 4'te bitmiyor.
Luki's doing his best to be
Oğlum yok
everywhere.
3 dediler ya.
Much better early pressure here.
Oy bu arada BS ile alakasız 3-2 yenmişiz tabii Fenerbahçe. Boston hafta 12'de.
Switch here for Crazy Raccoon. And Moya eventually capitulates. The pressure from Luki from mid was too much. And Semantic brings down the Laurie. Boss has been out of his mind on this right side of the map, and Tensai's lucky to be alive.
Humble oynuyor ya. Humble
42% to 9.
affetmiyor.
What's going on? The aggressive again. He's got to be cautious to not feed too much in there. Tampo, as then Tensai comes in, lovely face, but Boss is still there. He is that rock. Semantic playing ring around the rosy there with more on the left-hand side. Laurie going over the fence and does find a kill there again. Boss is there.
Hacker Tensei'nin Max hakkında...
Oğlum bas oynuyor değil mi bas?
Luki tops him back up, but Humble had to get off of the point for a time. But Semantic's back.
Hacker Tensei'nin Max hakkında ne düşünüyorsun?
Tensai faces forward, but Boss is able to bring him down. Hypercharge available for 2 Humble players, and Crazy Raccoon are about to run into the wood chipper.
Yani
How can you push into 2 hypercharges? Semantic going straight into the eye of the
Search
storm.
kaç kere mahvetti Tensei'yi.
Laurie and Luki can sit back and relax. Chitawa's going to come in with a lovely super, but is it going to be realistically enough? There's only 2% remaining.
Safe oynasana.
That's coming
Maç
back in
bitti.
now. Trying to get that super, trying to get on the
Humble 2-0.
through it. They get
Oha
the
ya.
set and plays Crazy
Bir tane daha diyor, one more.
into a perilous position.
Demek ki best of 5. Bu maç alsa Humble şampiyon oluyorlar.
Chat buradan Crazy Raccoon çevirirse tarihin comeback'i.
Aynen.
Bak,
Crazy Raccoon buradan 3-2 yapsa tarihin comeback'i. Ya
Dünyanın
da
en iyi comeback'i olur.
Humble 3-0 yemesi lazım şu an direkt.
Crazy Raccoon able to get off to
Ve dünya şampiyonu oluyorlar.
cycling
Ben lavaboya gidip geliyorum arkadaşlar. Hemen geliyorum.
Tamam, bıdık.
Çok heyecanlı maç. Çok güzel. Altı bir kişiyiz. Bakacağız şampiyon kim olacak.
Bakalım.
Humble alabilir ya.
Laurie can put down on you, but Boss really activated.
Geliyorum.
On that right side, doesn't matter if it was Moya or Shatampo that he had to fight.
Aga Tensei Max'le hava atmak için alıyor.
Came out on top.
Yani bence
Oğlum
de.
adam bu arada harbi yarı finalde de şey aldı Nexal'la alakası
I
yok.
really,
Yani yarı
really
finalde
held with
oynadı.
Humble.
Kanka işte o klipteki gibi o Tensei'nin bir tane meşhur klibi var ya yani. Oradakiler gibi kolsuz değil herkes. Gibi kolsuz değil sporcular. O yüzden Yani Max'te çok fazla bir şey yapamadı
Another
Espor'da.
EMEA
bence.
year.
Bir de eski
We still
Espor'la
got
şu anki
plenty more
Espor
still
bayağı
to
farklı
go.
bir şey.
But for Crazy Raccoon now, they are
Evet.
2 sets down. How did you come back from that? They
Max
done
bence
it before, but
İyi değil.
In our
Ama
grand final,
duvar
now it
arkası
was too much
VS'de.
to imagine.
Hani
Last pick Frank for
sözde Gale'in
Semantic.
Surge'a gelecekti ve yeneceklerdi kolay bir şekilde. Ama Surge Gale'a geçtiği için yendiler.
DPS ne demiş birisi? DPS saniye başına hasar. Saniye başına kaç hasar verdiğini gösteriyor. Bitti aga, Humble yok edildi.
Şu an Carlos'unki 10
it
bir
screams
şeydi.
confidence. It says to me,
Problem,
you've got to ban this brawler. You've got to just adapt
Juan
away
Carlos
from what is
gitmeyin
like
ya.
the hard meta and ban what I know that I can absolutely go to town on you with.
Bu arada en sıkıcı ve en severek izlemediğim maçlar şu Juan Carlos'un maçlarıydı. Hiç zevkli geçmedi değil mi?
Did it again there against the girls.
Berbat oynadı.
I'll do it again. And people don't learn. Crazy Raccoon banning
Adam
the
soygunda kit
melody
almış ya.
can only mean
Oğlum
one
ben
thing,
Carlos
and
iyi
that
yapar
Humble
sanıyordum.
have
Adam
the
yani
coin
kötü
toss.
oyuncu değildir
And
ona
this could
göre.
be
Hayır,
a bit of a
yani çok
nail in
saçma
their own
oynadı.
coffin. They would love to have got their hands on that melody pick. They would have certainly snapped it up as a first brawler pick if they hadn't been able to do so in that position. And Colette coming in for Humble, a beautiful first brawler.
Now in the past, in this tournament even, we saw Crazy Raccoon go
Birisi diyor
for
ki
a
niye kit
crazy
aldın? Mal çünkü.
on safe zone.
Ladder sandı
Slightly
Espor'u.
different map, but a lot of the same
Onu bence
principles
yanlışlıkla
apply.
seçti oğlum, yoksa
Pretty
onu
good
bir açıklaması yok.
opponents
Bu
out
arada Second Best ben dedim ya yanlışlıkla seçmiş.
All
Ondan sonra Juan Carlos verdi. Daha iyi oynadı yani.
Oğlum Second Best bir de çok toksik bir oyuncu.
Doesn't really tip their hand in any way.
Dislike atıyor sanki çok iyi oynuyormuş gibi.
Very good brawler. Another
Harbi
brawler
yanlışlıkla
again,
seçmiş Chris.
enemy safe from a relatively
Evet,
safe
öyle
distance and cycle those supers if any defenders are unlucky enough to get caught in the damage. Lola here picked up for CR. Just a very good mid to long range
Ben
brawler in
second
terms
best
of that
ediyorum da
damage output.
Statempo da
We already
toksik.
saw
Adam
today,
bebek
you
kulağına
know, against
atabilirler.
Humble
Tam
when
karma
Kanka,
oynadık.
ama şimdi Statempo'yla
DPS damage with the
onları
low
karşılaştırmak çok
pick. They
saçma.
still
Statempo'ların
lost.
takım
You know,
onlardan
it was
10 kat daha
crazy.
iyi.
I've never seen that much DPS in my
Geldim
life.
arkadaşlar.
Here it works a lot better. I can hear
Hoş
you
geldin.
with that
Hoş
voice.
buldum.
Certainly the first thing I
Humble şampiyon olacak bu maç alırsa.
and it is banned. It's a possibility here. For Crazy Raccoon, they're gonna
Humble 3-0 yapıp şampiyon olur mu? Bir Avrupa takımı.
Chat
Yoksa
belki de
Crazy
yayının
Raccoon'dan
son
bir
maçı bu.
comeback gelir mi?
Belki de yayının son maçı chat.
Şu an Crazy Raccoon'a bir şey yapması lazım yoksa kaybediyorlar.
No one bans against Humble.
Ya Crazy Raccoon buradan çevirse çok ikonik bir e-spor şey olur ya.
This time going with the bell. It's definitely that safe pair of hands. The mark could
Herkes paylaşıyor.
to land onto
Olay
the
pas
Kenji.
çok iyi.
But is it going to be enough? It's not the best in DPS.
This is definitely a control-oriented brawler.
Chat yazın sizce CR 3-2 yapar mı? Comeback atar mı?
Yazıyorlar chatte CR'ye 3-2 bakacağız.
Bakalım.
Ama bunu alırsa şampiyon oluyor değil mi Humble?
Certainly with the Lola, you know, that's
Aynen.
Ya bakacağız, göreceğiz. Ya bu maç ya diğer maç ama bence bu maç.
semantic there, maybe.
%100 emin değilim ama herhalde bu maçı alırsa şampiyon oluyorlar, bitiyor.
Exactly.
Çünkü Semantic böyle yaptı. One more diyordu.
This is an interesting one. I mean, a few different ways you can take this, but this really does scream to me we want to set up shop in the middle of the map. We want to just dominate in the control game. And then start to use Colette to pressure that safe down, use our safe long range, whether it's extra credits or, you know...
Kanka Semantic'in aldığı her şey mantıklıdır ya. Güven bana.
Remains to be seen, but nice way to round out a composition that had maybe questionable levels of damage output. Ah, the old faithful.
If that hypercharged turret lands onto the Humble safe, it will be decimated in seconds. Jesse Pick is a very strong one for Crazy Raccoon, but for Humble, they've just got to not feed into it and do their very best to
Humble ulti vermez ki.
over to Crazy Raccoon. Not going to be
Verir
easy
mi?
to do. The slow and sluggish 8 bits.
Vermez,
But damage
vermez.
from the bouncing shots will go
Colette'den alır ama belki.
without
Hadi Şahbaz şampiyon olacak mı? Hep birlikte göreceğiz.
the table.
Son maç Humble için. Yoksa Crazy Raccoon'da bir comeback gelecek mi? Başarılar, bol şans.
Fortunately,
şans.
plugged in,
İki
also
takıma da.
taken as the star power arc. Let's see how these lanes pan out.
Oğlum boss oynuyor lan. Boss harbi oynuyor.
Respect the 8-bit, and there's the damage booster deployed.
MVP boss olacak bu arada. Kim ne derse desin.
8 bit evet. Baksana nasıl oynuyor.
Eğime bak lan Eğime.
Aimbot.
Boss. Very nice aim.
Humble on the safe.
Aimbot.
Arkadaşlar Eğime gördünüz mü lan?
Humble need to take. to hold the belt aloft.
Bir de doç atıyor.
Decent mid control if they can get there, but the
Tensa'yı mahvetti var ya, adam mahvetti,
Boss is
içinden
down
geçti
here.
Tensa'yı.
Chitampo's fun has made his way through finally.
Ama bunlar bir
Tensai
yasakta var ya,
Koya
gibi
has an
hasar
ego up,
yapacak.
but it's
Geçmesi
straight back
falan.
from the lawless. We need to get quite
Tensai
quick.
tarihçi çok kötüydü. Oha.
Big damage here
Bunlar
for
bence
Crazy
hata bile
Raccoon.
çıkamayacak.
And now they'll get ahead.
A lovely lineup there for Semantic to really line up the turret
Oh,
and some extra
Semantic
damage down
turret.
left hand side. It made for a good defense, but it has pushed Crazy Raccoon into a small lead.
Aha yeteri oldu.
Tampo forcing that left hand side, but a nice
Semantic
pass.
Semantic'ten güzel hasar.
And Semantic staying firm in
%40
position,
vuracak şimdi.
looking to try to earn that hypercharge, of course.
Humble şampiyon olacak ya. Humble dünya şampiyonu olacak. Vay be 3-0.
Vay be. 3-0 ve de
Comeback gelir. Tarihin comeback'i gelir mi diyeceğim de. Hacı böyle gelmez ki. Basa bak köpek gibi oynuyor. Humble şu an köpek gibi
Kanka.
oynuyor.
8 bit şey ya bu arada gerçekten. Aimbot falan herhalde.
Harbi 8 bit.
Tekeriz.
8 bit şey olması lazım net. Yıldız oyuncu. MVP. Böyle bir 8 bit ben görmedim hayatımda da.
Hacker 8 bit Brawl Stars'dan APK almış.
Bouncing his time between that mid, but Tampa now
O
lurking
ne ya?
forwards.
8
Marked up
bit
immediately. The accuracy of Humble is great, but now Seal can collect themselves and go in for a push.
Adamlarda
Yeter var yalnız.
8 bit
Playing on that
takip
damage
edecek bir
booster
şey
now.
yok.
Boss obviously wants to make sure.
18 saniye var.
We're switching into a
Tensai'de hiper var. Son saniye.
To try and pressure Crazy Raccoon down before they think to
Son
come
saniye
forward.
belki alabilirler.
Chitampo, Tensai level of star power. Scrappy's hitting hard.
Geçirme.
49%. It's getting low. Moya.
Yunus Selma tek ulti atacak ama.
Semantic aldı.
Oha.
Onto the safe. With the
Kanka bu Humble ne böyle ya?
And Humble are one game away.
Aynen bir maçta şampiyonluğu ya. Best of 5'miş. Belli oldu şimdi adam dedi. Artık bu maçı alırlarsa dünya şampiyonları oluyorlar.
3-0.
3-0 bir
Var ya,
Hiç
eğer
beklemiyordum.
3-0 kaybederlerse Crazy Raccoon'un aurası 0 diyorum, ben başka bir şey demiyorum. Aurası sıfırlanıyor. Tensai'nin site Tempo'nun Moya'nın. Yani aurası direkt 0 oluyor adamların. Kanka gördün mü 8 bit Tensai'ye karşı mermi kaçırmadı.
Semantic çok heyecanlı hemen öldü orada. Çok heyecanlı oynamayın.
Have we ever seen a
Çok heyecanlı sakin kalın sakin kalın. Dünya şampiyonu olacaksınız sakin.
over the course of the
400 bin dolarlık maç nasıl sakin
It's a
oynasınlar?
whiff off that super. Still shooting up enough. Moya definitely has to respect this. Has to watch out.
Helal boss al Tensai'yi.
Tensai struggling against
Helal boss oha boss çok iyi oynuyor lan.
Chitampo
Boss
also
Tensai
Oğlum
istiyor.
boss ne yaptın lan? Boss'a bakın lan.
Origo that's going to be
Şu boss'a
Adamın
bakın.
hakkını veriyor.
so far away from
Adam harbi boss çıkmış lan.
Kanka adam Tensai'yi sikiyor.
Maçın adamı boss net aynen arkadaşlar.
Sematik'in oyuncu rakibi gördünüz mü? Bilerek bekledi can azalsın. Demir
It's a narrow
çıkıyor
one.
aslında.
6% here.
Kısmı.
Crazy Raccoon starting to push
Evet.
towards Humble safe.
Tekrar
Boss is
boşuna
down.
oyun zekası
Oo.
yapıyor.
Here has another super available, so the damage output will be dastardly. Semantic just wants to play around the wall here.
Oğlum,
Boss back off
şey,
respawn, but the
ultisi
Kenji
var
in the
ya.
left is a problem.
İçinden geçiyor adamın.
8 bit farklı da boyut ya.
Aa, şimdi kasanın içinden geçecekler.
Boss coming forwards there. Not going to
içinden
be popping
geçecekler.
gadget just yet. Wants to reserve it slightly. Remember,
Tempo hasar veriyor.
He is marked up and he is getting
tarafı da
consistent
gösteriyor.
damage.
İki tarafı da gösteriyor şu an. Stempo Luke'yi aldı. Stempo hasara gidiyor.
Hadi.
Semantic'in ipeni var. Ultisi var. Ultisini bastı.
From Semantic onto the safe for Crazy Raccoon, a slim
Oy.
lead for Humble. Luki has a second bite of the apple, still trying to get this Kenji out of the way. It's even at 67 apiece.
A nice takedown there from
Humble-
Boss.
Humble
He kept
kontrolü
throwing the
vermez.
in the process. Not an
Humble
easy thing to
kazanacak.
do there.
Vermez.
That's the
8 bit
bit
zaten.
Gidiyor ki 67 yapmış.
8 bit 8 bit titan ya, direkt
Forcing out
titan.
the ego, but the ego goes down so quickly. Great mark again from Luki popping the hypercharge, and they secure the right side of
Here we
Tensai.
go.
Sebastian
Hiper.
going in, nice hypercharge
Oha.
and some great damage along the way. The time is ticking.
Hadi lan.
11 seconds
10
left.
saniye.
Sitampo has to go for a super to dodge his shot, but Boss is going to be
Evet.
Tensai with a hyper.
Humble dünya
No
şampiyonu
time to
arkadaşlar.
use. Humble 50%. Crazy Raccoon.
Dünya şampiyonu Humble oldu.
Humble 3-0.
Sematik'in
Dünya şampiyonu Humble.
Who just happened
3-0.
to be the best Brawl Stars
3-0. 2024 şampiyonu Humble.
Tebrik ederiz.
3-0.
Let's go. Humble'lar kazandı. Dünya şampiyonları
Tebrik
oldu.
ederiz.
Hayır yanlış üstüne kadar müzik çalıyor.
Evet.
Unbelievable! Such a
3-0
phenomenal
ya, şaka
performance
gibi.
from Humble
Hacker hiç düşünür müydün Humble'ın CR'yi 3-0 yeneceğini?
The fist pumps
Hayattı.
and the
O
respect.
asla.
Hiç aklıma gelmezdi.
Wonderful performance. Staying modest. Keeps you
Bu arada bence Symantec hak etti ya.
Oyunları...
but being victorious.
Maçın yıldız oyuncu boss olacak. Olması lazım.
Legacy
Net boss. Net.
as they approach the belt.
Sana bak ne yapıyorlar.
And Humble are your Brawl Stars.
Ama kupa olsaydı keşke ya, değil mi?
Aynen.
Kemer yakışmadı. Kupa olsaydı keşke. Bir kupa mı yapamadınız?
Kemer ne oğlum? Tekvando turnuvası mı kazandı adamlar?
Ama bak güzel yapmışlar.
Ne kemeri ya? WWE mi bu? Ne kemeri?
Harbiden.
Finally cementing.
Oha yere yattı lan adam.
Has
Symantec'e
his
bak.
day. From humble beginnings to glorious ends. That's been the story.
Era işte sevineceksen böyle sevineceksin değil mi? Zeta gibi olmayacaksın.
For one purpose. To achieve
Adamlar tepki
greatness.
vermemişti.
And we've got to
Şimdi
hear
Türkiye
it
bayrağı
from the
çıkarıp
boys
sallayacağım
themselves.
böyle.
Let's head down to the stage. Get some words from your world champions.
Semantic, Lukey, Boss.
Oha Symantec'e
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise one more time for
Mükemmel şarkısı.
Humble.
hak etti ya.
Looks great. Looks great on you, Semantic. How you feeling, buddy? Try to put into words the emotions that you're feeling right now in the Superfest arena.
Any emotion you can think of, it's coming to my mind. Happiness, all the energy we put in this year, it's all paying off. Finally, new roster this year with Boss insane, Luki insane, Kenan insane, whole unbelievable insane. Everything's just
Vay be 18 yaşındaki çocuk dünya
It's like
şampiyonu.
that, and I'm almost crying. It's so nice.
It's great to see the emotion. We can tell how much it means to you. The crowd are absolutely loving it. You had such a great reception. Lukey's first Worlds as well. And you kind of had
İlk defa
a bit of a situation
World'a şampiyon
at
oluyorsun.
Worlds. You were having a tough time. And it feels like the
Evet.
curse has lifted, right?
Yes,
Hacker bir
I
de
was
3-0
used
ya.
to
3-0
literally
ne
not win a
kanka?
single Worlds match and have a second place curse. I broke both of them. I got off group stage.
Şansa bala
I got off
kazanmadıklarını
quarterfinals,
gösterdiler.
and I won the World Final!
Now,
Şimdi
as we
ne
can all
yapacağız biliyor
hear,
musun?
both at home and right
Üçüne
here in
vs
the
alacağım,
arena,
üçüne
the
yeneceğim.
support has been overwhelming. The fans have been absolutely brilliant throughout this entire weekend of competition.
Lukiler niye bir şey
What would
demiyor?
you like to say to them?
Thank you to every single supporter right now on the stage. Wherever you're watching,
Ama o
do
bir
everything.
konuşuyor efendim.
Not only this year, but years before, the one before that. I love you all. Thank you for supporting
20K
us.
dünya
Thank
şampiyonu
you.
oldu 20K.
Just
20K
one
adam
more
dünya
king.
şampiyonu oldu. Chat demek ki kupa her şey değil. Yani bunu anlamanız lazım.
Ne diyecek? Merak ettim. O diğer.
One final thing before I let you go. $400,000. Yeah, I know. Did you forget about that one? The Brawl Stars World Championship.
Parayı ne yapacak mı
And
diyor.
also, Semantic has been voted MVP of the Brawl Stars World Finals.
$400,000 kazandı ya. Bakın.
You've all done amazing. You've all done
Dostlar diyor ama
phenomenally.
MVP Semantic'e
Thank you
verdiler.
so much. Congratulations one more time. We're going to get you to lift that championship belt one final time. Ladies and gentlemen, for the last time at the Brawl Stars World Finals.
Bu arada daha iyi
your
bir takım
champions,
kaptanı olamaz ya.
Humble!
Symantec'ten başka.
Lan şimdi-
Arkadaşlar chat ne düşünüyorsunuz?
Thank you so much to everyone for
Ne düşünüyorsunuz chat?
and for being right here at Superfest
Chat,
as
ne
well.
düşünüyorsunuz?
It's
Hiç
been
aklıma gelmez
absolutely
bu kimler boss şampiyon
amazing to be a
olacak.
part of. To all the players, thank you so much for all your hard work. Please come back next year and
Bir de
come back
3-0 ya.
stronger. To the talent, you are all absolutely brilliant to work with. Thank you so much for all your hard work. Production and set design have been fantastic throughout as well. Thank you so much. And there's nothing really left to say here, but that is it from us here at Superfest. My name is Banks, and we'll see you very, very
Bitti.
soon.
Arkadaşlar bitti.
GG. Ben bir GG yazarım aga.
Chat ne diyor? Herkes claim yazıyor oğlum. Hala claim yazıyor.
NPC misiniz ya? Claim ne?
Bitti arkadaşlar. Humble şampiyon oldu. Eray abi sen hiç Semantek'i yendin mi? Evet Semantek'i yenmişimdir. Bakmam lazım. Bir yerde bir kanıtlı. Bakayım ya. Semantek'i en son yenmiştim de burada mıydı? Bakmam lazım arkadaşlar. Bekleyin. Sesi kapatayım.
Şimdi arkadaşlar şimdi gidip DS'de hepsini yeneceğiz.
Yok bir saniye. Bir bakayım. Hacı takım oyunu bak. Zamanla hani hangi combo daha iyisi yeniyor. Hani çok da yani mesela